Jurgen, good afternoon. We'll start with the camp with Dejan Lovren. How difficult for you has the situation been to manage his back injury, and what is the latest on that?
How difficult? I don't understand 100%. What do you mean with how difficult?
Difficult has it been for you to manage the situation with his injury, and what's the latest on it?
It's as difficult as it always is with injuries. So it's nothing major, but it was enough to keep him out two games. And he's not in training so far, so that means he's also a doubt for the weekend. That's not too cool. Same with, it's a completely different situation, but Joel Matip and Emre Can has also got a little bits from the last game, and so we have to see. Hopefully they can be back in training today or at least tomorrow, but it's not sure in the moment, so we have to wait.
And how tough does that make your job then, planning for the weekend? I mean, by your own admission, you're sick of conceding the goal that you have been.
Yeah, I gave you a nice service, huh? So welcome. Yeah, it does make it more difficult or less difficult. I always want to have all the players available. That's how it is, but we cannot change this. I cannot make a back problem away like this. So it's we have to see how it will be. But it's again, you can imagine the difficulty of our situation is that we really play well. That's how it is. In the end, we don't score often enough so far, but I think that's a minor problem. Of course, it's a problem, but it's not because, how I said a few times, we have to create these moments, you have to make chances and all that stuff. That's the job, and that says that a lot of things work really well. The teams, our opponents struggle really in these moments to defend us, so we have to do it by ourselves if you want, and but then it's too easy. It was too easy. I would like to say, and I want to say, it was too easy for them then to make an impact in the game with one situation, and so that's but the team from the last game changed 8 times, I think. So what can I expect? Yes, I think we all can expect that we should be better in situations like we had around the goals, but they're always, how I said, it's a different plan. It's always a different little mistake. And if you take the first goal we conceded, it's an inch or centimeter, whatever. It's not a half a yard. It was really close. We have to push up in this situation, and Joe decided in this moment, step up and then step back again, and so it was no offside, and then we lost the challenge, and it was the goal. That it's for the rest, it's not to change anymore. You cannot. What can you say to them? But you have to be aware of that. It's these things, they can happen. The only problem is it happened in this kind of and around this year. It happened too often. That's for sure. We work on it. So we work on it. Obviously, we sorted a few of these problems, but at the end, obviously not enough to not conceding anymore. It will not work that we never concede anymore. A goal whenever, but we need to be still more concentrated in these situations. That's how it is. So on the other hand side, we still have to keep the good shape. We have to carry on. We have to do the right things again, and when we come in the right situations, we have to be more clinical. We need to use these. We need to use these moments more often for our good, and that's the situation. So it's like it is. So we have to carry on. That's what we do.
I don't know if you're aware, but Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain took a bit of criticism for his performance against Leicester. When do you think we'll see the best of him in a Liverpool shirt?
Yeah, that's a world. That's world of football. It's quite quick with all that stuff. So I know I'm not aware of it, but I can imagine. Ox had a few really good situations, a few unlucky situations. I thought he did really well in the moments when you could see that he tries to adapt to the style of play and all that stuff. I had a little problem with the calf. It's not an injury, but a little problem, and we all need to get used to this and to manage this a little bit better. But that was all. It's a first game from the start, so nothing else. But I can imagine that's the world of football. How I said that after a game like this, he lost. He didn't make his best game in his life. So then people probably ask, what does he? Where's the impact he can make? But I'm not in doubt about this.
Jurgen, with the defensive injuries potentially that you've got preparing for the weekend, how much more of a challenge is it for you to solve the issues that you've been talking about when potentially you're without your first choice centre-back pairing?
We will see. That's how it is. So Ragnar played now, would be then the third game in a row. If he plays again, Joe made the game in the centre half position. We have to see then how we can manage the if it would be like this. I don't hope that it's like this, but because then Trent probably plays again fullback until 3 days later again because Joe is suspended, stuff like this. That's a normal day for a football manager. So we have to see what we can do. But until I have it's not clarified how it's exactly. I have to wait, and we have to train with the boys. They can train today, and then we prepare the game, and then we will see until Saturday. It's still 2 days to go, so which player will be available? It's a normal challenge. So it's not that it's worse or better than in other situations. That's how it is. Players can get ill overnight. That's how it is, and then you have to make another plan, and so that's why we prepare pretty much everything until we know who we can use.
How much does it help the fact that you've played Leicester this week, preparing for this weekend's game, or does it actually make it more complicated because there's so many changes? There's going to be differences in...
I don't think that both teams will not think too much about this game, so because there will be different lineups for sure, and on both sides obviously, and so I think Leicester has a typical style of play. They couldn't play like this because Jamie Vardy is a key player for this kind of play, and also Mahrez is a key player for this. So both were not involved. So that means it was different. But we know, of course, how Leicester plays usually, and a lot of things will be the same, and a few things will be different. And it's all about being really quick. And after they win the ball, they are really quick and pass in behind. They go for side pieces. Fuchs will be back probably, so it means throw-ins are back in the game, and all this stuff. So we know about it. We did well in games, and we did not so good in games against these things. But I thought, and that's the main thing, that we showed again good shape. Yes, we need to involve this kind of very useful aggression. We need to involve this the greed. We need to involve the real fight for the result. And even when we are 1-0 down, with that many changes, you cannot always expect everything. But of course, 1-0 is not a result which closed the game. If we are 1-0 in lead, it's not closer, and on the other way around, it's the same. So, but after 1-0, the game changed. Leicester. So that's how it is. It was not a big problem usually. Yes, you concede a goal, but if you go on playing like we did before, and we can also score. And but in this moment, it changed the game. And we all have to fight, of course, again for this staying positive in a game. Whatever happens, you don't score with the first situation. That's how it is. And at the beginning, it was so nice, and how fluent we are, how creative we are. And now we are still fluent and still creative, but we don't score, and so it's a big problem. So that's for me. It's important that I can help the players with their staying really positive about this, plus changing the right things, plus including the right things, and then we are still in a good moment. But of course, it's Premier League again, and we need results, and that's what we want to go for.
Michael, Jurgen mentioned some of the problems defensively are down to problems with concentration. How do you go about solving that? Because it's not like asking players to adjust tactically, it's a different thing. Does that...
Yeah, it's concentration, but it's also a little bit of readiness in this moment. So the second ball situation, obviously, we spoke about set pieces, or we speak about set pieces since I'm in, more or less. And but there are different moments. We concede a few goals out with the first ball, or cross header, cross volley, whatever. We sorted this somehow so far. Much better formation. We use formation better. But now, of course, that's how it is. We cannot defend a set piece with a header in the other half, so 50 yards header or whatever. So there will be an opportunity for a second ball. Indeed, for fighting for these balls, we need to do different. So what we have in the moment, everybody, because of the situation outside, everybody wants to help where the first ball is. You see this very often. It's kind of, we come too close together in the situation where the first ball is going after a throw-in, whatever. Means for the second ball, we don't have a good formation. We really work on this, and we see it in the game. And again, the step is in the wrong direction. That's kind of, I would say, around these situations is not the same confidence than it is around give us the ball, and it looks much more natural, I would say. So, and that's what we have to work on. That's the situation. That's each manager in football has another hole to fill, I would say. There's all one thing. But if you would ask me, what would you prefer? Do you want your team being perfect in defending set pieces but don't know how to play football, or would you prefer the other way around? I still would take this one. So, and we are on it, how you can imagine. But we need. I cannot do it and look at this. It makes the problem. In a moment, it feels like we solved it, but in the situation, you can see again and going back to old patterns to how you do it. I don't know, did it a few weeks before. So that happens, and we need to get more natural in these things again, because it's really not that difficult, to be honest. But it happens too often, so that's how it is. And now we have to work on it, and that's what we did already, and what we will do again. And yeah, then it will be even more difficult to create something against us.
In the corresponding fixture last season, that Monday night game, Leicester's pace caused you all kinds of problems with Vardy and Mahrez. They've also got Damari Gray. Will that change the way you approach the game in terms of your structure?
The pace causes you always problems if you don't defend the balls good enough. So if I remember, I'm not sure which goal, it was probably the first one. It's an open ball after throw in. Both teams have the ball. We have it, and we can control it. And I think Drinkwater passed one ball through the two centre halves, and Vardy is away. Vardy is away, and that's pace is just one problem then. So it's about the organization in these moments. So it's about protecting your open situations. So if the ball is open, it means 50-50. Both teams can have it. So that's how it is. And you need to prepare yourself with the right formation for these kind of counter attacks. And yes, but speed is then only the last problem, because the pass is the first one. And yes, we know about these things. And yes, how I said, we played really well. We lost, I think, twice, or now the third time at Leicester, I'm not sure. But the first game we played there, when they became champion, yeah, we were the clear better side, but they still scored with wonderful goals. One of, again, Jamie Vardy was we used to a half volley from close to the halfway line, so a wonder goal, if you want. And no, we know how to play them, but of course we have to be really concentrated in all these situations and to play football, because that's what caused them also problems, and we should not forget this.
Carl? Yeah, you spoke about the confidence of the players. Have you seen enough of the right responses from them when you've gone behind? Obviously, you were behind against Burnley, equalised quite quickly. You were behind against Leicester, but didn't. So have you seen enough of the right responses from players?
About when we are 1-0 down, or what? Or, yeah, okay, we can talk about two things. So we conceded the first goal against Seville, respond really well. We can concede the first goal against Burnley, we respond really well. I would prefer not to concede the first goal, so, to be honest. Against Leicester it was different, it was second half and much later. Yes, in two games I saw enough, in one game I didn't see enough, so that's how it is. We have to keep on going. So, how I said, I know, and again, I said a few times, I understand 100% that we sit here and we talk about the things that happened, but how you can imagine, I know already about all these problems, or not problems, and so I made my decisions already, how to work with it. If we talk a lot about it, I only create headlines. So I don't want it, because they don't help us. It's just, Klopp says this, Klopp says this. For me, it's important what we do, how we work on it, and we are on it. We talk about it, we work on it. This is the long part of a 3-game week, from Tuesday to Saturday. So that's also good. Gives us one more session. Oh, that's all good. Hopefully we can use it. We have to prove it on Saturday. That's clear. But how I said, responding on the being 1-0 down was okay, but the problem is being 1-0 down. So that's, of course, another thing what is not nice. But as long as we stay in the game, as long as we do what we are good in, as long we are a real threat for each team. Only the moment when we change these things, then it becomes a problem. But it was against Burnley. It was difficult for Burnley until the end with changes and all that stuff. Yes, they had the opportunities then at the end, but it was a game like it should be, apart from scoring and apart from conceding the first goal. What always can happen, especially in a situation like this. Should not, but can. So that's it.
So just to confirm, you've no concern about the character of the players. You've spoken about the quality of the players, but you've got the right sort of characters on the pitch to sort things out. You send them out there with a plan, but when things are going on the pitch, have you got enough people on the pitch to sort it out?
We proved it already hundreds of times, I would say, but it sounds like we have 0 points, and we are the worst team in the league. So that's a little bit like we talk here. That's it. So yes, we have obviously problems. That's why we only have 8 points and not 15. That's the situation. So, but it's we can make it more serious than it is, or we can take it like it is. Yes, we have still work to do. That would be the same if we have 15 points. It only would feel different, but it would be the same. So, and that's all what it is. Yes, we have the right characters. Yes, sometimes we react really well. Sometimes we don't react perfectly. That's how it always is. And we can improve in each part of our game. And character is nothing fixed. It's not that you say you cannot improve in this. You cannot change your mentality. Of course you can, but you only have to get used to it. That's how it is. And I said it again. I can say it again and always and again. It's that we, if we take the right information of the things we did so far, then it always helps. It always helps, and that's of course what I try to help the players with. And why should I be in doubt about that? We do it already better on Saturday. I don't know.